right.
Okay.
So can you introduce yourself and say where you're from?
Yeah, sure. My name is Jeroen. I live in Amsterdam. I think I met Joy in Phuket, Thailand, about, what is it, 3 years ago now,
Yeah,
2019. We've been
2019.
working.
So it's been a journey since 2019. So where were you at like in your health and fitness journey when you reached out to me after COVID, but for the first time? I think it was during COVID. Yeah.
Yeah, I think my biggest struggle, like I was always like quite fit and strong, but I was constantly hitting this plateau that I was not getting, my physique was not getting better. I was not looking better. I was just kind of staying at the same level all the time. And I really wanted to move to a different physique or a different level.
When we first started training together, I remember like you were just going to the park because everything was still closed and in lockdown. And I mean, you were really focused on macros. I remember like really being specific with nutrition.
Yeah, well, I kind of started that with your advice. Before that, I was always under eating, right? Because I like parties. So I always told myself, like, if you don't eat during the week, then you can compensate it in the weekend. When we switched that around, I think that was the biggest breakthrough. And I went up from, what was it, 1,600 calories all the way up to like 3,000 plus, and I was still not gaining any weight, but then at least my body was starting to transform.
Yeah, I love
biggest,
telling people that story because I'll never forget. It was like every check-in call we had, you're like, well, I'm not getting any weight. And I'd be like, okay, eat another 100 calories this week. And so, yeah, over the course of like, I don't know what, I mean, 8, 10, 12 weeks, we increased your calories. We went from 1,600, I think it was all the way up to like 3,400 calories. And one of your messages to me, you said, you know, I wasn't hungry when I was eating 1,600 calories, but now I'm eating 3,400 and I'm hungry all the time.
That was the thing that I didn't really like, because before I was managing myself. I was never really hungry. And then when I started to eat this much, I was just getting more and more hungrier.
Yeah. Yeah. Your metabolism went from down here, skyrocketed up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and then you're constantly like, oh, I need to eat. I need to find something to eat, which before I didn't really have that, because like I was used to eating so little calories.
But you also weren't getting results from eating so little calories.
No, that's also why I restarted, because I was hitting this plateau at the CrossFit gym. I was still able to keep up, but I was not really improving. I was not getting that much stronger. My physique was not getting, like, I wasn't looking better or anything.
Yep.
And overall, I was not losing any weight or fat percentage. So I was not much was happening actually.
Yeah, crazy. So what made you want to reach out for an online coach?
Well, I didn't really have that I wanted an online coach, but it's more that because we knew each other from Thailand. I like to work with you, and I know for myself that I don't need anyone standing next to me telling me you need to do this, because I have the discipline. I can do. If someone guides me and tells me like, hey, you should eat this, or you should watch this, or when you train you should do this and this and this, then I will make sure I do it. So I think in that term, for me, an online coach is perfect, because I can still do my own thing, plan my own thing, and work out whenever I want, and just still have the guidance that I need, because I don't have the time to look up all the information on workouts and nutrition, and it's also not really my interest.
Yep. No, that's great. Thank you. Okay. And so you just went through an amazing photo shoot. And so we put you through this 10-day photo shoot water shred. Tell me a little bit about your experience.
It was an interesting one for sure, because I had to start with drinking like 1 billion liters of water. I think in my head, I was like, the first few days were going to be the toughest ones. But in the end, it turns out that the last 2 days were the hardest one, because at the beginning, I was like, oh, that amount of water and that low amount of food. But because we were so full of water, I was not hungry. I still had energy. So I had no problems with the first few days. But then the last days where you had like no water, that was really tough.
Yeah, really tough. Yeah. So basically we started you at 8 liters of water, and every day we kind of tapered down until the photo shoot. But I mean, you got some unbelievable pictures. So I hope that this is kind of an inspiration for other people to go down this path, because no, it's definitely not something that you do every week or every month, but to have an experience like this, you know, just to see how we can manipulate your body. I mean, I think it's so cool. Really impressive.
Yeah, it's definitely worth doing to see how your body reacts to it and how you look after it, because it can be a big difference.
Yeah, really big difference. Okay. So I think we kind of touched on this, but what has been your biggest breakthrough through this whole online coaching process?
Yeah, I think the nutrition part, because I think that also helped me to get stronger and get better results at the gym. It was already like not a problem for me to go to the gym because I love it, but then at least because you keep improving, it keeps getting easier or better.
Yeah. And what would you say to anybody that's like thinking about getting an online coach, or maybe you might have some hesitations around it?
Well, why not try it? I mean, there's not that much to lose, right? You can always try it. And if you don't like, if it's not for you, then at least you know. Like I know for me that I love the transformation that I did, but the type of training that we did now for this model is not something that I really like, or these photo shoots, but I'm super happy I did it. So at least now I know what I like and what I don't like.
Yeah, cool. Love it. Thank you.